Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. A super highly requested video today. I've had a lot of requests to review this particular foundation, and I'm also kind of curious because there was a lot of controversy sort of when this launched. A lot of people are saying that it's just absolutely terrible, and then there's also a lot of reviews out there that apparently are just biased, and sponsored. So yes. So if you hadn't figured it out from the title, we're talking about the new Morphe Fluidity Full Coverage Foundation. This is their latest launch. Obviously, they did also launch a concealer, a bunch of powders and things like that. 60 shades. This does come in 60 shades, which is really fantastic to see. Now, obviously, being that I'm here in Australia, I've got no ability to actually go into a store and see the shade range in person. So all I've got is what's on the website. So yes, 60 shades from the swatches, and I mean swatches are so inaccurate, so it's really difficult for me even to really comment, but from the swatches it does look like there's a really fantastic range of, pale, sort of fair light shades, medium shades, and then nice rich deep dark shades as well. 60 shades is very impressive. I'm impressed by that. Now, on the website, they do also provide swatches of each of the shades, on skin, on all different skin tones. And they've also got, obviously 60 different models who match the foundation perfectly. So you can go on there and we'll see how I go, but I didn't find it too hard to find a shade that I thought would match my skin tone. So what is it about? So firstly, it's $18 US. Now, if you didn't know already, Morphe does have an Australian Morphe site now. I don't know how long they've had it for, a while, I guess. On the Australian website, it is, I believe, yes, 27 Australian dollars. I purchased it off the Australian website. So, full coverage matte foundation promises 24-hour long wear, sweat-proof, transfer-resistant, water-resistant, and it says it's great for all skin types. It'll be actually a really good day to test it. Where I've turned into an old woman, and I'm loving every second of it. We're planting a vegetable garden in our backyard, and we're going to be out there doing that, a little bit of that today, and it's going to be hot as balls in Australia today. 41. This is Celsius, so I don't know, is it 105 Fahrenheit? I'm not good at going in between them, but I feel like if it's sweat proof and it's really long wearing and transfer resistant, it'll be a really good day to test this out. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can tell you about the foundation. You get 30 mils of product in here. The shade, you might not be able to see. The shade is on the top. All of the shades have got, they don't have, individual names or anything. So I've got F2.100 and F2, they go up in levels. Let me just have a look. Yeah, so level 1's light, level 2's medium, level 3's tan, so on and so forth. So yes, F2.100 is the shade that I got. It says it's matte at the top. 30 ml of product, so it comes in a little box. It did ship pretty quick off the Australian website. I was pretty impressed. Ooh. Oh, I'm hoping. Sometimes I speak too soon, but I think we're in with a winner today. And then this is the external packaging of the foundation. It feels and looks very similar to the L'Oreal Pro Glow Pro Matte range. It really does remind me of, the lid might be a little bit different, but it does remind me of that. But yes, this is what it looks like. There's a little bit of information on the back. Like I said, 30 ml, and if we open it up, yep, it's got a little squeeze tube and it is sealed. So as per all of my foundation reviews, you guys know the drill by now. On one half of my face, I'm going to be wearing my Holy Grail Hourglass Mineral Veil Primer. She looks like this. It's the best of the best primers for oily skin. So I always use this as a control on one side. On the other side of my face, we're going to have no primer. And I'm also going to test it with both a sponge and a brush. And it is only 7:31 a.m. right now. So I'm going to be wearing this for a very long time today. We're probably talking about 15, 16 hours today. So it's going to be a really, really good test, I'm hoping, of how well this goes. If you are new here, hi, firstly, thanks for joining the family. But if you are new here, I've got a very, very oily skin type. I've got enlarged pores. I've got textured skin. It's going to be interesting. Actually, I expected it to be more of a moussey texture for a full coverage formula, but it's actually got a little bit of workability to it. You can see it sort of dripping down there. I'm hoping this color is okay. It's the only color that I bought. Idiot, but it's okay. I'm going to first go in on the side that doesn't have any primer, and with a beauty blender, I'm going to start to work it in. And I think the color is pretty good too. If you're looking for a reference point, I'm MAC NC30. So for like a shade match, that's what this one will be closest to. I'm hoping. Okay, so it's blending out quite well. I have used all that product that was on the back of my hand there. Based on the amount of product that I used and using with a blending sponge, it's not full coverage. That looks more like a medium coverage to me. You know what? I'm going to zoom you guys in. That's better. Hello. Okay. You can see there. Oh, it's a good time to test this too. I did have some extractions done. So I've got like patches of redness in different areas. So it'll be good to see if it actually covers all of that. But you can see based here on this side of my face where I've applied it, there's definitely a medium coverage when you apply it with a sponge. I'm assuming it's, made to be buildable. Yeah, I don't know if I'd be, saying it was a full coverage. It's medium to full, probably buildable coverage. Now let's try a little more product on my forehead and see if we can. Gosh, it's very yellow. I feel like it might be oxidizing slightly. Not necessarily oxidizing, but sort of, I don't know, drying down a little bit differently to how it looks when you initially apply it, which you would expect, obviously. You think about any properties of any product, it's always going to look different when it's dry. It just might be something to bear in mind, that's all. I think it's blending out well. Like, I'm not having any issues blending it out whatsoever. Yeah, so far so good. I feel it's definitely enlarging my pores here. I don't know if you can see, but it looks like there's quite a lot of texture just there on my cheek. So let's go onto the side that does have the primer. So here it is, no primer. This is what we're looking like. Medium to full coverage. I could certainly build it up more here to get more coverage out of it, but I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. I'm obviously going to be wearing concealer as well. Medium to full, leaning on the full side, but buildable. I'm going to go in with a foundation brush now. So I might, I'm going to pop it on the back of my hand still, just in case it's a fail. So taking the brush, I'm going to start to stipple it on this side. We'll see if we get a different texture or finish or coverage. Usually, it doesn't always happen. Every product performs differently. Usually, you will get fuller coverage when applying with a brush. I do feel like that is happening as well today. It blends out very nicely with the brush, to be honest. I may potentially even prefer it. Definitely goes matte too, like it dries down. I wouldn't say that it dries down ridiculously fast to the point of it makes it difficult to blend and work with, but it definitely dries down to like a powdery sort of a matte finish. Yes. Yeah, I really, really, really like the finish with a brush. It looks beautiful with a brush, really airbrushed. I feel like, obviously we've got primer on this side, so there's that to contend with as well, but I feel like it looks a whole lot smoother with a brush. See, this side I've got enlarged pores. I'll zoom you in even closer. Hopefully you guys can see the difference, but see right here on my cheek, there's quite a bit of texture. It's really like sunk into those pores there, and it just looks very, very textured. Oh, it might be, it's still doing it on this side, but it's nowhere near as bad. Definitely would recommend a primer and potentially even a brush. Might get a much better result with a brush. So like I said, it's dried down to a powdery matte finish. I'm still going to powder it because I'm obviously an oil slick, but for those of you that probably maybe have dried to normal skin types, you may not even need to powder this. Like if you have a preference for not powdering your foundation, you may not need to powder it. Feels pretty good. So yes, this is my skin close up. So we've got the side here with no primer. I'm finding there's a lot of texture here. I don't have any creasing. Oh, wait up. I do. I've got a little bit of a crease just here. And it's certainly settling into my smile lines just here. But other than that, pretty good. And then this here is the side with the primer. Just feel like it looks a lot smoother. Still creasing and sort of settling here. It definitely covered up those areas of redness fairly well. But if you look closely, you can still see them. There's still a little bit of pink poking through. So like I said, medium to full buildable coverage. I'm going to go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup off camera, and then I'll be back to show you the finished skin situation. All right, so I've got the rest of my makeup on and this is what my skin is looking like. It does still look quite dry. I applied concealer, I powdered it down. It is looking very, very dry sort of around my mouth. Hopefully you can see what I'm talking about, but there's sort of like texture. I don't know, it just looks very, very dry here, and it also is sort of doing the same thing sort of here. I do also feel like my pores are definitely emphasized just here. We do have creasing in the smile lines, little bit of creasing up here. It is looking fairly dry. Now, I'm not usually like, if a foundation looks dry for the first hour before my natural oils come through, I mean, let's be real, it doesn't take that long, more like 20 minutes. But if it looks dry on initial application, it doesn't really bother me too much, because once my natural oils come through, everything sort of like smooths out, and it's usually the ones that are drier on initial application that do last better, but we're certainly going to find out. So yeah, this is what we are looking like now. I will see you guys in about 6 or 7 hours, and yeah, hopefully with some positive results. Hey guys, so I'm back with my first check-in for the day for this foundation, and unfortunately things are not going so well. I'll zoom you in first. So first of all, really not transfer resistant at all. You can see on either side of my nose, hopefully. I was wearing sunglasses and it's completely rubbed the foundation off in those areas. So on that side and then also on this side, like there's a whole patch just missing right here. And it's funny, I did try, because normally with a foundation when that happens, you can just take your fingers or, you know, even if you've got like a sponge on you or something, and you can normally like press it back into place. But that ain't going anywhere. That's how I'm stuck basically now for the rest of the day, which is really unfortunate, to be honest. Also, sadly, I've got quite a lot of caking happening. So, you know, all on the top of my lip here, we've got creases on either side of my mouth as well, but there's a lot of cakiness and texture underneath the bottom of my jaw, around my mouth. I still feel like it's quite settled in my pores. I don't know, it's even settled into my pores on my forehead, and that pretty well never happens. I've got all these black things. I don't know what they are. It's not looking good on my skin at all. I don't feel like my skin looks pretty. Oh, it's all weirdly caked here too. That's bizarre. I don't feel like I don't feel confident basically in my skin at the minute. I don't feel like, oh yeah, my skin looks really nice. I'm kind of feeling like a bit like, ugh, I want to wipe it off. I'm still going to wear it for the rest of the day and I'm still going to see how it goes, but those are my updates for now. And if I do, I mean, I'm going to have to patch these areas on the side of my nose. I might take a little bit more of the foundation to do that, because I do have to go out this afternoon, and I don't know, it's a bit much really. So I'm just going to patch them up. It's a shame that that's happened, really, isn't it? Not that impressed so far. The flash photo was fine. I didn't see anything weird or funky about that. I'll pop it on the screen now. The flash photo was fine. There was no flashback, but anyway, I will see you guys all later on tonight, and you know, miraculously maybe things will be different then. I don't know, but I'll talk to you soon. Hey guys, so back with my final check-in now, and unfortunately, even though we were kind of trying to be positive, things have gone downhill with this foundation. There are actually really strange patches of foundation missing from my face, like here. I mean, we knew from the sunglasses earlier, and I had patched that up, but I did wear my sunglasses again. And like I said, it's so bizarre. Normally you can move, hang on, let me zoom you in. Hang on. Normally you can move foundation like back sort of where it was, but I can't, like it's sort of stuck like that. And hopefully you can see just here on the front of my nose, there's also weird patches of foundation missing. It's really cakey around here, really, really cakey around my mouth, really cakey on my chin. Like I said, there's a random patch of foundation missing here. On the other side, we have creasing, we have caking and settling. Another random patch of foundation missing here. And then up here on my forehead, hopefully you can see, I mean, there's a lot of caking here and sort of on my nose. Oh my God, I've just seen my top lip. Wow, my top lip is really, really cakey. But we've got creasing happening up here, and it's not like normal creasing. Like it looks really, really gross. There's like clumps of foundation sort of in there. yeah, unfortunately, this has not been a successful wear. Oh gosh, my nose looks absolutely terrible. Yeah, so unfortunately, this foundation is going to be a no-go for me. I do also still feel like the pores sort of in this area of my face here are still looking quite exaggerated, quite enlarged. Yes, I didn't hate it when I initially applied it. I did feel like it looked a lot smoother on this side with the primer. And certainly the primer has made no difference sort of really in terms of the texture or, you know, the length of wear or anything. I mean, it's still missing on both sides, sort of exactly the same. I feel like I look less oily now than I did earlier, but I was outside earlier in the wind and I had my hair out and my hair like whipped in front of my face. And I know it sounds disgusting, but I feel like the oil from my face went on my hair. Ugh. But yeah, I didn't love it when I initially applied it. I didn't love it at the 7 hour mark, and I don't love it now. And I've probably had it on for, gosh, 14, it's just over 14 hours. That's insane. Freakishly, my under eye area, it looks so smooth still. But yeah, the foundation, I do think it's a matte finish. I do think it's more of a medium to full buildable sort of coverage. I wouldn't say that it's transfer resistant, as you can see here. I would say that it's sweat proof though. Like, I definitely think it is sweat proof. I was quite sweaty. As I said earlier, it's very, very, very hot here. We're in summer here in Australia and I was definitely sweating. And I can't see, you know how sometimes when foundation, like when you get sweaty, foundation, you get like patches of it sort of missing along your hairline where the sweat comes through. I don't actually have any of those whatsoever. So I think it would be fair to say it is sweat proof. But yeah, too cakey, too much texture on the skin, settling into fine lines, creasing, exaggerating my enlarged pores. This one's a no-go for me. So I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you tried the Morphe Fluidity foundation? Did you love it? Did you hate it? How did you go? I do really love it. There's 60 shades. I think that's incredible. It is a really nice, affordable price point. But still, I'm not going to waste my time really with a foundation that leaves me looking like this. I mean, look at my nose. Look at my nose. So yeah, those are pretty much all of my thoughts. Like I said, let me know if you've tried it. I've got a lot of foundation reviews coming. I'm very, very excited. We're probably going to do the Vanish Hourglass Liquid, or the Hourglass Vanish Liquid Foundation. I don't know why I said it backwards then. That was weird. I'm probably going to do that one next. And I've also got the L'Oreal Freshwear one coming. I've got Dior, what is it? Backstage. I've had heaps of people request for me to try Dior Backstage. A whole bunch of foundation reviews coming. So yes, I hope you enjoyed the video today, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section and I will talk to you all very, very soon.